Hello, I'm reading How to Speak Dragonese, and normally I'm reading from my writing shed, but for the first time I've sort of come in because it's quite windy out there, and there's a great big tree above my shed, which I love that tree, but I was slightly concerned. I don't really like being in the writing shed when it's really windy, just because a tree branch, sometimes, you worry that they might fall on your head. Okay, so that's why I've come indoors. So, Toothless to the Rescue, Chapter 4. Toothless. Oh, it's really windy. Can you see? I'm not sure whether you can see out there. Can you? But maybe you can hear. Oh, that wind. Oh, very exciting. I love a windy day. Okay, Toothless to the rescue. Toothless had spent the last 10 minutes muttering to himself at the top of the mast. At first, he was so full of self-pity, he had no time to worry about what was happening to his masters. Nobody loves Toothless, he said to himself. But then the noises from the Roman ship got louder, and the boys did not reappear, and he started to get a bit worried. When he heard Hiccup's yell for help, the little dragon called off his strike. He zoomed off his perch and flew to the ship, and even from the height he was flying, his sharp little eyes immediately spotted that way down below on the deck there was a large Roman centurion who was holding fish legs by the leg. The centurion was about to execute fish legs with his sword. Toothless folded his wings back and went into a dive, just as he might do as if he were hunting mackerel or herring. His target was the centurion's head, and by the time he reached it, he was going so fast he was a little dragon blur. He tore into the helmet, sending feathers from the plume flying in all directions, and bit and scratched, and as hard as he could. The centurion let out a yell of surprise and rage. For a moment he was knocked off balance, but he recovered when he realised his attacker was only a very small dragon. Fish legs swung desperately from side to side, trying to break free, but the centurion was made of stern stuff. He tightened his grip on Fish Legs' ankle and swung his sword around, trying to hit Toothless with it. So Hiccup grabbed a passing slitherfang and shoved it off the centurion's tunic. The centurion let out a bellow and dropped Fish Legs. Wouldn't you? A slitherfang in the knickers is no laughing matter. The centurion hopped from foot to foot, clutching his bottom and squealing like a pig as he tried to get hold of the nibbling, wriggling, scratching slitherfang in his underwear. "Let's get out of here," howled Hiccup, hauling Fish Legs to his feet. He also picked up a Roman helmet that was lying on the deck nearby. They were going to have some explaining to do to Gobber when they got back, and this might help. A slitherfang in their knickers is no laughing matter. That's the picture of the Roman centurion. All around them there was chaos, with dragons attacking Romans and Romans attacking dragons and trying to put out the fires the dragons were making. Hearts racing as fast as rabbits, panting and stumbling. Hiccup and Fish Legs ran as fast as they could to the spot where they had boarded the ship. The rope was still in place. The hopeful Puffin would be waited down below on the other side. Fish Legs got to the edge first and scrambled over. Hiccup was only a few steps away from him when a hand grabbed the back of his tunic, ripping out its pocket, and Hiccup's book, How to Speak Dragonese, fell onto the deck. Hiccup had been writing his own book of How to Speak Dragonese. Hiccup stopped to reach down and pick it up and came face to face with the glitteringly triumphant eyes of the thin prefect. Through the iron visor of his helmet, Hiccup's heart turned to ice. The prefect was holding on to the other end of the book. "Ah!" spat the prefect. The thin prefect, they both pulled. "Let go," hissed the thin prefect. "You can't win now. You know, this is mine now." Hiccup could have let go, but this was his book after all, and despite his terror, some deep, indignant rage made him hang on strongly until something sharp and iron shot out from beneath the thin prefect's cloak and cut into the back of Hiccup's hand. Hiccup screamed and jumped backwards. Oh, that thin prefect. The book split in two, and before the thin prefect could pull himself together and catch hold of him again, Hiccup scrambled away and over the edge of the ship. There wasn't even time to climb down the rope. Hiccup swung from it and then let go, crashing onto the deck of the hopeful Puffin some way below. Fishlegs cut the rope that tied them to the ship, and that little boat was pulled away so swiftly by the current that she went into one of her spins. And that was when Hiccup realised, "Where's Toothless?" asked Hiccup. Oh no. Toothless had been held up. His foot was caught in the centurion's chin strap, and for a moment they were tied together. And Toothless had quite a bumpy ride because the centurion was jumping up and down like an octopus with a chicken box. So he tried to get rid of the slinger fang in his knickers. Toothless finally snapped the shin trap with his hard little gums like that. And to Hiccup's relief, as the hopeful Puffin twirled round for the 5th time, looking for all the world as if she were dancing, Toothless came screeching up to the edge of the ship towards them as the speed of a flying arrow. "Oh, thank Thor!" Hiccup exclaimed joyfully. But 1 minute, Toothless was flying through the air like a stormy petrel in a hurry. That's a kind of bird, by the way. Next, a net weighted with stones appeared out of nowhere, wrapped itself round the little dragon in midair, and brought him back down onto the deck of the Roman ship as if struck by a spear. "Toothless!" cried Hiccup. 2 figures appeared over the edge of the ship. One was a thin prefect holding half of the How to Speak the Dragonese book. The other was a Roman soldier. In one hand he held a trident, in the other he held a net. And within that net, struggling and biting and turning wild somersaults in his desperation to be free, was Toothless. Oh no, the hopeful Puffin made another crazy turn, and Hiccup gazed at his captured dragon in despair until the Roman ship was swallowed up by the fog, and Hiccup could see him no more. They've got parted. They've taken Toothless. That's the front cover of the How to Speak Dragonese book by Hiccup, and he's got all sorts of helpful tips. Bath time. When a dragon has spent the whole day in a mud wallow, and this is tips How to Speak Dragonese from Hiccup. They then want to curl up in your bed. You have no option. You have to give them a bath. Good luck. So this is Toothless. "Me now wash the bum. Me now wash the face. Me now wash the claws. Me now splishy, de-splashy, de-splashy at all." Which means I do not want a bath. So you're going to have to be cunning and use psychology. You, no bath time, ever, never, ever, never. Me repeaty, no bath time, never, ever, ever. And that means on no account are you to get in the bath. This is reverse psychology. Toothless whining me one splishy splashy. You, okie dokie, just one time. All right, that was, he's all right then, just this once. "Who did drunken the bath juice?" Who has drunk up the bath water? Oh, and there's another one. Dinner time. Toothless, "It's a yuck, which means this is disgusting." Toothless, "May not like it, distinct fish. It's a yuck, it's a poo-poo, it's a doubly yuck. I don't like haddock. It's revolting, it's gross, it's really revolting." You, okie dokie, so questa yo eaty, which means, right then, so what will you eat? Toothless, "Me eaty de meowla," which means, I want to eat the cat. You couldn't raise your voice now. "Na iti de bum support, na iti de sleepy slab, na iti, plus doubly, na iti de meowla," which means don't eat the cat chair, don't eat the bed, and definitely don't eat the cat. Oh, there's loads of this in the there's loads of Dragonese in this. I suppose it is called How to Speak Dragonese, this one. Now this is a big dragon talking. Scrumplums, yum, eatings, pretty little prickleburger, which means, delicious, a scrummy little Viking. And then you reply to the big dragon, "Me may look the scrummy, may me the owendy tummy," which is very clever because that means I may look delicious, but I'm actually really rather poisonous. And if that doesn't work, Me gamble yow, this is what you say to the big dragon. Me gamble yow na flicker flame de gaff to da pesty stings. I bet you can't set fire to that nano dragon nest. And the dragon says, easy peasy lemon squeezy, which means I can do that, no problem. Anyway, we'll have to find out where Toothless is going and can they get him back. Chapter 5 tomorrow.